Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to This Week in Renewables, your bite-sized roundup of the renewable stories over the last 7 days. Wind, hydropower, solar, anything renewables we discuss. I am your host, Mr. Deji Ogunsola, the voice you can trust. Please don't forget to do all the good stuff, the like, comment and sharing. It really does help with the visibility of this podcast. As always, the perfect place to keep up to date with all your renewable energy news. Of course, as usual, and as always, we do not discriminate here. So available on all streaming platforms, LinkedIn, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, TikTok, just to name a few. If I've missed anything out, let me know and I'll make sure we're on that platform. As you can see, I'm not in my usual suit and tie and office surroundings. Here in the UK, we have a national rail and tube strike, which means it would have been quite difficult to get into work this morning. So exploiting the benefits of working from home, one of the positives from COVID, no pun intended. Today we start off with some energy news coming by way of Malaysia. And Malaysian oil and gas player Petronas, they have launched a new clean energy subsidiary, which is great news, by the name of Gentari. They will provide renewable energy, hydrogen and green mobility solutions globally. By 2030, Gentari is aiming to build a 30 to 40 gigawatt renewable energy capacity, mainly consisting of solar, with the added opportunities of wind and battery storage. This is really good news, for Malaysia and the people of Malaysia. It was recently commented by Mr. Tengku Muhammad Taufik, who is the chairman for the Gentari business. Gentari will offer clean energy solutions to meet the energy needs and lower carbon aspirations of Malaysia and its customers and home and abroad. So it's always good news to see new companies and new subsidiaries who are entering the renewable energy space. Anything that supports that transition to clean energy is always a positive and always received well on This Week in Renewables. So it'll be really interesting to see how this develops over the next couple of weeks and next couple of months and years, and how Gentari is going to contribute to the decarbonisation of fuels in Malaysia. Moving on from Malaysia to closer to home in Europe, but staying along the lines of solar energy. And the European Energy has revealed its plan to build a 110 megawatt solar park in Latvia. The project in Targel, in the Ventspils region of Latvia, will be European Energy's first project in the country and the largest solar park in Latvia. With regards to the size, as I said, it's 110 megawatts. Some important information or some background history with regards to the company European Energy. They started developing renewable energy projects in Latvia back in 2021 with the opening of its office in Riga. 4 employees have joined the company since to develop a pipeline of renewable energy projects in the country. The European Energy, a development pipeline of more than 1 gigawatts in Latvia, which will include both solar and wind. So again, interesting to see how that is going to develop over the next couple of weeks, months and years. Some more news from the solar side, and staying on the themes of the European market, and Imeta, I believe I've mentioned before. They are studying the possibility of developing up to 130 megawatts of solar energy in the Loma region of Finland. The total project area is about 170 hectares, and production is up to 130 gigawatts of hour a year. Interesting news about the development: if the plans do go ahead, without any problems. Clean finished power may be produced in Noma for the next few years. So seems like it's really important for the region, and especially to have a project of this size. It'll be really interesting to see how this develops. So moving on from the solar energy, I should say, and moving on to the wind energy. Staying on the themes of Europe, Finland again. This time coming by way of company Glenmont. They are to start up the 111 megawatt Finnish project by the name of Pipermäki in Finland, which has commenced commercial operation. So congratulations. The wind farm itself is one of the largest constructed unsubsidized wind farms in Europe, and is a key power asset in the Nord Pool region, providing vital infrastructure to support the clean energy or green energy, however you like to refer to it, transition. With regards of this particular project, Glenmont has joint ownership in the project alongside partners Kansai Electric Power Company, which is a minority stakeholder after purchasing 15% stake in 2020. Located in the Kanahu and North Osterbania, the project has been constructed using wind turbine technology from Vestas. In terms of the particular turbines they use, for those who are sort of technical minded, they included 13 V50 4.2 megawatt wind turbines and 28 V150 5.6 megawatt turbines at a hub height of 150 meters. So really interesting to see what develops here. The project itself has partnered with Google to make the generation from 24 of the 41 turbines through a 10-year power purchase agreement. The remaining generation will be sold through a merchant agreement with Vattenfall. So really good news there. Day-to-day operations will be provided by Imitar Services, who I mentioned previously, as the technical and commercial management agent, with oversight from Glenmont's asset management team. So a few JVs involved in that particular project there, and congratulations to everyone involved. More news and sticking with the region, and Swedish energy company Vattenfall, who I just mentioned, they have revealed plans to start work to look at the potential for a renewable energy hybrid scheme in Wales, so closer to home. Vattenfall will look at developing a range of technologies, including wind turbines, solar panels and energy storage options at the site, which is located North Pals between the villages of Taugadig and Lafel. Previous plans for the site were shelved in 2013 following changes that were made to regulatory regimes in the UK. The company has recently commented, so they're happy to kind of get these plans back on track. Work will now look afresh at the site and see how the latest developments in technology could be deployed. Up to 14 turbines at the site would produce enough electricity to amount to power just roughly over 77,000 Welsh homes. The company has also revealed that the scheme would include plans for local investment that could bring around £500,000 of funding to the area annually for the lifetime of the project. So it seems like if that goes ahead, that particular scheme in the north of Wales, it will do a lot for the local community with regards to generation of funds and investment, and also jobs. So really interesting. Vattenfall again, so sticking with the theme, they have also toasted their first turbine at the South Cowal project in Scotland, which has been installed. Nordex turbine E02, located in the southern part of the wind farm, became the first of the South Cowal's 50 turbines to be assembled and installed on the site earlier this month. So congratulations. The project's 50 turbines are Nordex Delta N133 models. Each consists of 3 blades, 3 tower sections, nacelle, hub, drivetrain, all transported to site from Glasgow to South Cowal, then across site. The installation of the South Kyle wind farm, first turbine, comes after 2 years of preparation work began on the site. So good news there, and to see how this project will progress moving forward. More news from the wind sector, if there's anything else to share. To be honest, nothing really interesting to share. Really. I've got one news actually article here. Nordex, they have secured a 370 megawatt turbine order for 63 N155 machines from the energy company Celsia for 3 wind farms in Colombia. So good news there. Congratulations to Nordex. Installation is due to commence in the spring of 2023 next year. Moving on from wind energy to some hydrogen, and Irish developer Renewables, they have recently unveiled plans for green hydrogen plant located with a co-located, I should say, with a 75 megawatt onshore wind farm on the border of the counties Mayo and Sligo in Ireland. To advance the projects, Mercury is drawing up the hydrogen and renewable energy expertise of global engineering company Black & Veatch. Black & Veatch's initial role in the project looks like to be in the role of feasibility studies that will inform all aspects of the hydrogen development. So really interesting news there. Only some short information there, so I'll try and get some more news to talk about next week, as I know hydrogen has been something that people have mentioned to me to discuss more. So I will be discussing hydrogen moving forward, a lot more detail, and its role in the energy mix for clean energy. Last but not least, cannot forget my trusted old Hydropower and Statkraft, who have featured several times in This Week in Renewables. They have landed a Swedish green steel PPA deal. A 7-year PPA for the supply of renewable energy to the H2 Green Steel's operations in Boden, Sweden. Under the agreement with Statkraft, H2 Green Steel has secured a long-term yearly supply of renewable energy produced in the period of 2026 to 2032. So a good long-term agreement there, 7 years. Delivery includes the guarantees of origin for renewable energy sourced from Statkraft's hydropower plants in northern Sweden. In the first phase, H2 Green Steel will produce 2.5 tons of green steel annually in order to deliver green steel to European customers. A large amount of renewable energy is needed, so it's great to see that it's coming from a renewable energy source. And that, my friends, concludes This Week in Renewables, just over 10 minutes. Again, I've been your host, Mr. Deji Ogunsola, the voice you can trust. Don't forget to do all the good stuff, like, comment and share. Hit me in the DMs or in the emails if there's anything you'd like me to discuss. As usual, you can find me on LinkedIn, YouTube and all other streaming platforms. Keep it green, keep it clean. Have a wonderful week. Take care. Goodbye.